First will be Harry Strumer answering, and then
Oh, well. Two very interesting questions, I must say. The first one, languages and dialects. There was a time that no one dared to speak about Berber and using the word language. When I, completely innocent, came for the first time to Morocco and started to talk about Berber languages, I was immediately reprimanded, because people said, no, it's a dialect, it's a dialect. This means that it should not have an official status. So this is one of the reasons why they use dialects. I kept always in my way of speaking about Berbers the term languages, because I'm convinced that when it comes to understandability, you have various languages. So someone from the Reef cannot understand someone from South Morocco, but he can understand someone from the northern parts of the Middle Atlas. And so there's also a kind of ongoing a dialect continuum, I must say. But it's safe to say that among the Berber languages that we know, at least 12 have a language status. So I would say that Tuareg cannot be understood by someone from the Middle Atlas. So you're talking about real languages there. Is this sufficient for the moment? Yeah. And the other question, the transcription, yeah. Writing and Berber is something special. Of course, you have the traditional writing in Tuareg, which dates from, well, has an unknown date. It goes back very deep in time, I think, and many people think like that. It's still used. It has a kind of emblemic use. So it's not when a Tuareg has to write a letter to the police, he does not write in Tuareg. He writes with Arabic characters, or he writes in Arabic. So it's a rather emblematic use of script. I learned also from a PhD by Ramada El-Khamis that there was a special attempt for Tuaregs to make the writing as complicated as possible in order to avoid that your enemy could not read you. So if you would write something on a block of stone, you use such a way of writing that someone who does not know you cannot really understand what it is. This is done by making all kinds of combinations of letters in one symbol. Now, so you have a traditional writing, but also you have from 1701 is the first attested writing in, let's say, transcription in Latin characters. At least as far as I know. So people write Berber in Latin characters, mainly Berberologists or people who like to write about Berber, you know, simple travelers. They write Berber in Roman script. In parts of Morocco, the south of Morocco, they developed by themselves, probably from the 18th century, from the 12th century onwards, but attested for the first time in the 16th century, a writing in Arabic characters. And to make it more complicated, so in 2003 or 4, the international, or the Institute for the Research of Berber in Morocco, the IRCAM, added an alphabet based on the Tuareg alphabet, more or less, and made again a new writing for Berber, which makes it completely invisible. So in Morocco you can see words written in this writing, and as a tourist you have to guess what it means. Where as a tourist it could be very evident if it was in Latin characters or if you could read Arabic in Arabic characters. So this is a new development. This is the newest development so far for scriptures. Am I complete?
Just a point. The Latin orthography, simple Latin orthography, has been developed through several congresses and meetings dedicated to linguistic planning of Berber. So it is at the end of a longer process, because it was already developed by people who tried to write it more frequently than before. And so this is why now Berber orthography in Latin characters has been established and is currently used in Kabylia. Elsewhere there are many also ideological questions, but they are very long to explain. Even the use of languages, dialects, it's a very complicated matter. It seems that in order to be accepted, Berber needs to be a language and not a dialect. And this was the struggle of Berbers in the past decades. But they struggle to have one language, while in Morocco they are at least 3 languages. And so the planning in Morocco is trying to unify these varieties, which is a very difficult system, and there are many problems, many issues, but as I told you, it's very complicated because politics and social problems mix with academic considerations. So it would take a lot of time to explain every detail.
Grazie a tutti, il tempo questa volta ci impone 15 minuti di sosta, riprenderemo alle 18. Il dono è un'edizione delle The Arabic Homilies on the Nativity in arabo e in inglese dell'anno 2000. L'istituzione bancaria che 100 anni fa aiutò a comprare i 2000 manoscritti arabi ci ha dato un certo numero di copie. Chi desidera può ritirarle anche con l'edizione odierna dell'annuario che reca il discorso del Cardinale Scola e di Monsignor Buzzi di questa mattina. Arrivederci alle ore 18 per la seconda sessione, un po' di ritardo.
30 minutes. Okay.